Now, recently in the video, Alex O'Connor was in a podcast with Cliff Kenkel, and Alex O'Connor asked a question to Cliff, why does God's forgiveness end at death? And then Cliff responded with, God favors those who believe in Jesus Christ. In this video, we'll look into verses of the Quran to answer whether or not non-Muslims or atheists can obtain forgiveness after death. I will highlight major points in the verses of the Quran. You can pause the screen to read it in full. Now, in chapter 2, verse 113 of the Quran, it says, any two groups who dispute over who is more deserving of God's mercy have no knowledge, and that Allah will resolve their dispute on Judgment Day. And in chapter 2, verse 111, Allah says, present your evidence of what you claim about God's forgiveness. And in chapter 2, verse 285, the Quran says that Allah will not burden oneself with more than it can bear. So reward and punishment is based on merit and capacity to obtain the best evidence possible. Now, number 2, the Quran states that religious affiliation will not grant favors with God if they commit evil, and exclusion is not part of Allah's justice and mercy. In chapter 4, verse 123, divine grace is not by your wishes. And in chapter 5, verse 39, a person will only have what they endeavored. And in chapter 21:47, deeds the weight of a mustard seed will be accounted for. And in chapter 7, verse 157, Allah says, I will ordain mercy for those who shun away evil, give charity, and believe in my revelation. So the Quran encourages you to thrive, to know the truth, and do good in your life. And it says in chapter 34, verse 24, the Prophet is telling the disbelievers, one of us is rightly guided and the other is astray. Allah's mercy will include those who strive for the truth and are honest in their quest. Therefore, exclusion is not part of God's justice. The Quran is far more tolerant than when it comes to forgiveness after death, and importance of having a sincere conversation to find truth. It is possible for a disbeliever to receive forgiveness based on their sincere endeavors for the truth, and if they abstain from harm, Allah's forgiveness is not just for Muslims but to all of creation, atheists included, and shall be rewarded based on what they have endeavored for believing it. It is the truth based on they truly believe as an evidence. Follow for more content like this.